The day I found out my husband cheated, I was 5 months pregnant, feeling our baby kick for the first time. It was a moment that should have been pure joy, a bond deepening, but instead, it became tainted by the most devastating betrayal. Could I ever forgive him? Should I even try? Hi, I'm Clara. I'm 32, and this is my story. Just a few months ago, life was perfect. I was expecting our first child, happily married to Mark, my college sweetheart. We had our dream home, our careers were on track, and our future felt bright, wrapped in the promise of parenthood. We spent weekends picking out baby names, decorating the nursery, dreaming about tiny clothes and first steps. But everything changed when I found that text message. Looking back, the signs were subtly there, little whispers I dismissed as pregnancy hormones or just plain stress. Mark started working longer hours, sometimes not coming home until after I was already asleep. He'd say he was swamped, big project deadlines, and I, being the trusting wife, believed him. We'd been together for 10 years, married for 5. Our relationship felt like an unshakable fortress, built on trust and shared dreams. We'd talked about everything, from silly dreams to our deepest fears. I remember one evening, just a few weeks before the bomb dropped, he held my hand and said, "Clara, you and our baby are my whole world." I melted, completely reassured, but I should have noticed the way his eyes darted away, just for a split second. A tiny flicker of guilt, perhaps? I dismissed it, of course. My trust in him was absolute. It never even crossed my mind that he could be hiding something so dark. I thought we were invincible. Then came the first crack in that fortress. It was a Tuesday evening, around 7. Mark called, sounding rushed, saying he'd be late, stuck in a last-minute meeting. I was making his favorite lasagna, the house smelled wonderful, and I had even bought a special dessert. I remember feeling a pang of disappointment but brushed it off. He was working hard for our family, right? But then, I saw his car pull into the driveway, maybe 10 minutes later. He came inside looking flustered, pretending he'd been on a call outside, but he forgot his work bag in the car. It seemed odd. Why lie about being late only to show up shortly after? My gut clenched. "Everything okay, honey?" I asked, trying to sound casual. He just nodded too quickly, kissed my forehead, and disappeared to change. That night, I just couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. It was a tiny seed of doubt, planted deep, but I pushed it down. "You're being paranoid, Clara," I told myself. "He's just stressed." And that's when things got worse. The situation intensified just a few days later. I was looking for my phone, and it wasn't on the charger. Mark had left for work, but his phone was on the kitchen counter. I needed to call mine. I picked up his phone, and that's when I saw it. A notification, a text message from a name I didn't recognize. "Can't wait to see you tonight, handsome. Missing our cuddles." My heart stopped. The blood drained from my face. My hands started to shake uncontrollably, and my stomach dropped like a stone. No, this couldn't be. Not Mark, not my Mark. I felt a wave of nausea, worse than any morning sickness. My mind raced, trying to find an explanation. A friend? A joke? But the words, "missing our cuddles," it screamed intimacy. I wanted to throw the phone across the room, but my fingers, heavy and numb, fumbled to unlock it. I knew his password. He trusted me, or so I thought. My internal conflict was raging. Part of me screamed, "Don't look, you don't want to know." But a stronger, terrifying curiosity, a primal instinct to protect myself and my unborn child, compelled me to open it. I told myself it was probably nothing, a misunderstanding. But I wasn't ready for what I discovered next. The crisis point hit me like a physical blow. Once I was in his messages, it was a rabbit hole of deceit. Dates, secret meetings, affectionate nicknames. It wasn't just a fling. It looked like a full-blown relationship, spanning months. My vision blurred with tears, but I kept scrolling, needing to confirm the nightmare. There were pictures, too. Pictures of them together, laughing, holding hands. The woman was beautiful, vibrant. And then, a message from Mark himself. "I told Clara I was working late again. She's so clueless." My breath hitched in my throat. My own husband, talking about me like that. clueless. While I was home, nurturing our baby, planning our future, he was mocking my trust, living a double life. I remember standing there, clutching his phone, the weight of the betrayal crushing me. The lasagna, once a symbol of our cozy evening, now felt like a cruel joke. I could feel our baby kick inside me, a gentle reminder of the innocent life growing within me, completely unaware of the chaos erupting around us. I felt a surge of protectiveness, followed by a burning rage. How could he? How could he do this to us? To me? To our baby? I didn't even know what to do next. My mind went blank, then flooded with a million questions, none of them with an answer. My world shattered in that moment. The immediate aftermath was a blur of raw emotions. When Mark finally came home, I was still standing in the kitchen, his phone in my hand, the screen still displaying the damning messages. He walked in, whistling a tune, oblivious. He saw my face, then the phone. His smile faltered. "Clara, what's wrong?" he asked, his voice laced with forced concern. I just stared at him, tears streaming down my face, unable to speak, to even breathe properly. I just extended the phone to him. His eyes widened as he saw the screen, his face paling. He tried to grab the phone, but I pulled back. "How could you?" I finally whispered, my voice raw and broken. "While I'm pregnant? With our baby?" He started to stammer. "Clara, I can explain. It's not what it looks like." But there was no explanation that could erase the words, the pictures, the months of lies. That night was filled with shouting, crying, and desperate pleas. He begged for forgiveness, swore it was a mistake, that he loved me, that the baby was all he ever wanted. But his words felt hollow, like cheap imitations of truth. My sister came over, my best friend, both seeing my broken state, offering comfort and practical advice, mostly urging me to kick him out. My mother, bless her heart, simply held me, letting me sob into her shoulder. The pain was physical, a constant ache in my chest, a knot in my throat. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Every time our baby kicked, it was a bittersweet reminder of what we were losing. I had to make the hardest decision of my life, not just for me, but for our child. What did I do? It's been 3 months since that night. Mark moved out, reluctantly, but he did. We've been in therapy, both individually and together, trying to untangle the mess. It's incredibly hard. Some days I hate him. Other days I miss him so deeply it hurts, the Mark I thought I knew. I'm due in just a few weeks. The nursery is almost ready, but it feels different now, filled with a mix of hope and profound sadness. Has anything truly changed? He says he's committed to making amends, to being a good father. He sends flowers, he calls, he shows up for our therapy sessions. But the trust is shattered. It's like a beautiful vase that fell and broke into 1,000 pieces. You can glue it back together, but the cracks will always be there. I'm not sure if I can ever truly forgive him. Not completely. Not while those images and words are burned into my memory. But I'm trying to understand, for the sake of our child. I'm focusing on being the best mother I can be, creating a stable and loving environment, no matter what happens between us. This journey has taught me so much about strength I didn't know I had. To anyone out there facing a similar betrayal, especially while expecting, your feelings are valid. This isn't your fault. Take your time, lean on your support system, and put your well-being and your baby's first. Forgiveness is a path, not a destination, and sometimes it's not even the right path. What matters is healing and finding your peace. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Thank you for listening to my story. If you found this helpful or want to share your own thoughts, please leave a comment and consider subscribing for more.